You know what it is, the fam in the morning, every morning, 6 to 10, D.C., Maryland, Virginia's official #1 morning show. Thanks to the ratings coming out.
Understand
my
that.
name is Quicksilver.
I'm your man, DJ 59.
Shout out to Danny Starr. And to my right, I don't even want to say a young lady. This is a friend of mine. I've known this young lady for over a decade and counting.
Yes,
Listen, you
you
can
have.
be political, but she's
but-
looking like a snack today.
I mean,
real
With
chill. I
the
just
with the
got
little
off
red
your
topping, with the little red top, little cherry on the top.
we have
Thank
K.
you.
Michelle
Thank you.
officially back at KYS.
Officially back.
All right, now for those who might not understand why we're saying officially back, we're going to get into the whole interview in just a second, but we have to clear up some things because
Please.
maybe a year or so ago, a little over a year ago,
Right.
something happened. When I first started mornings, we're scheduled like some type of meet and greet for the morning show with K. Michelle, and the rumor was she just didn't show up.
Right.
She just didn't show up. She had so many fans, and it really got personal because we had a young lady who was a cancer patient,
Right.
and she had chemo that day. She
Took off the
skipped her chemo to meet K. Michelle.
Yes.
So she was so let down when K. Michelle didn't show up. So at the moment, the powers that be made this whole thing. You know what? We're done with K. Michelle. She didn't show up for us. She's never coming to KYS.
God
She's blackballed.
intervened. God
You cannot come here.
intervened.
So let's take it back to then.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened was I had just did Sway. You could like go back and see the day. It was like a day before.
Right.
And I was boohooing and crying on Sway because I was sick. I was like, I'm sick. And I've been sick for a while. People don't even understand what people are going through.
Right.
So I was on Sway like they keep on pushing me and I'm tired. And he was telling them on live, like on his thing, like, let her breathe. Like, what's going on? So by the time I got here, they had messed up hotels, everything. I couldn't sleep.
Right.
I was taking, and I talk about it on the show coming up, like they were trying to put me in rehab. I was taking like Percocet and Adderall to stay up.
Right.
Like, no, every day I would take a Percocet and an Adderall.
Oh my God.
I remember having this assistant, and she was like, I'm not waking her up. Like, I'm not going to put a pill in her mouth. I've heard her talk to her doctor, and her
Right.
doctor said, you're going to rehab. Like, this is not going to be, you're going to be dead. You can't function. I wasn't
Right.
eating. I weighed. I was like 30, 40 pounds less, everything. So
Jeez.
that morning show, I completely slept through the morning show. When I popped up. Nobody was in my room. Nobody was around. I get on the phone, I'm like, what's going on? They like, oh, you missed blah. I said, but no one woke me up. They was like, no one wanted to. No one wanted to. My immediate team. But nobody from my label, nobody went and called and said, this girl is sick. This girl, this and that.
Right.
So I felt like shit. Right after that, I got in the shower, went to the mall for over a 200-person meet and greet, sat there the whole time. And then after that, I called every single one. And got it on video. Every single one of them people that came to y'all morning show,
Right.
I called them, FaceTime them myself. And even the girl with cancer said, we know that's not like you.
Right.
I'm
All
not
morning,
no
I kept
politi-
saying it like, I know K. Michelle. She's not
I
just
don't
gonna
do
stand
that.
us up like
Show up, right.
Especially not no fans, because I'm not industry and I don't never have no help. All I have is them rebels. I'm never gonna do nothing to them. I will never leave nobody sitting there waiting. I hate being late going on stage. They know I go off. No, call curtain. You don't make people wait. No, because that's the only thing I had. So to sit up there and try to like make it seem like this girl is super diva, I'm not diva. I'm a businesswoman too, and I'm not diva. There's no way that I'm not seeing all these people sitting up there waiting on me.
Right.
If
6 o'clock in the
something
morning.
was right, I really had a doctor like, yo, you have to stop this. I was taking an Adderall. It would keep me not eating, keep me moving, and I was just moving around for like 3 weeks straight. When they didn't wake me up, my body just,
And
Shut
guess,
down.
and guess what matters more than wealth?
my life.
Health.
And I couldn't understand how it is a black station.
Right.
And I couldn't understand, like, if I had died, then everybody would have been like,
Oh
oh
my
my
God,
God,
that's our baby.
I
Let me
loved
tell-
her. That's
let me
our
interrupt
baby.
you- let
But
me
when
interrupt
nobody
you and
have,
say this. That all was a plan. That was supposed to happen because you needed that rest more than you probably knew. Like you
Yeah.
said, something could have happened. You could have came up to the morning show, fainted. I've suffered from seizures, so I know what not having rest can do to you. So all that was a sign that you needed rest. and you had to go through a little storm, which isn't little because the radio station is
No,
a
it's
storm
a
when you do
big
something wrong. But it brought you
situation.
to this place where you were able to come back clear-minded, clear heart, well-rested.
But it's
to
been
this
so
year.
long. It's
Right.
been
It's been over a
like
year.
it's been like over a year of like,
But
oh,
it's
we're
like-
not
Our
gonna
time
play
ain't-
her
our
music.
time ain't got nothing to do with
We're
God's
not gonna
time.
play
You
her
right on
music.
time.
We're not gonna do this. And then I'm like,
Right.
yo, I was really sick.
Right.
You know?
Come here, baby. Come here. This is me, yo. Come here. I got you. Take your time.
And right now, what we
Take
do
your time,
here
take
at the
your time.
fam,
Good, I
K
got
Michelle
you.
is
My bad.
is a fam member,
I got you, bro.
and what she's trying to convey to her fans and to the audience listening is that she cares 100% about what you guys feel.
Like
Well,
I've never
yourself,
when it
yeah.
comes to my
Yeah.
fans, I never do them like that.
Right.
I pay my fans bills every month.
Mm-hmm.
I pick that. I get in group chats. I talk to them. I've never let my fans down.
Hey, K Michelle, we can.
That's
we can,
one thing. And for her to try
I
to
will say
pull
this
that,
quick.
Hold on. We can honestly at this point, let's move past this because it happened. I'm glad you're here, and I'm
Yes.
glad you cleared up because the rumor was she just didn't show up. And I remember I kept saying, "That's
You know
not,
I'm not gonna do
like,
that
I know
quick.
her. That's not like
I've
her.
worked
That's
too
not
hard.
like her.
I've never messed
Right.
up. I never did nothing to nobody in radio. And to see how my people just tried to turn on me, my record dropped off the charts, everything. I was sick. And then I told her I was sick. Then they tried to tell her what happened. My fans, even the ones that was here, was trying to talk to her. And they still was trying to ban me from here.
Well, guess what? You here now.
You here now.
You're here now. You're here healthy. And the first thing, are you done with the pills?
No, well,
Because
I've been
that's
like, I
serious.
was in pain for a long time, and like I don't know if you guys have witnessed it, like, but I went and got like a lot of people like illegal butt shots, like a lot of people's favorites from the same person. So they've been running tests all year. It come back, you got lupus. It come back, then you don't. Then they say you can't have kids. I've dealt with all of this within the year. As far as my health, I'm just leaving an MRI now because they went in and took out everything in me. And what women don't know what's going on right now, if you got those shots 4 or 5 years ago, you're going to be sick. It's no avoiding it.
Wow.
It's nothing you can do to avoid it. And they not telling girls still getting it. December 7th, I'll never forget. It got so bad, I couldn't even walk. This past December 7th, the day before my album release concert, this one leg, they had to send a doctor to shoot steroids in me, everything so I could walk. So the things that I've taken for granted, like walking or breathing or just being able to have life and energy, like
My
it's
question,
something I wanted to take for granted.
How are they still allowing? And I'm not sure what
It's
doctor you're
illegal.
talking about, but how are they allowing these illegal people to still give out these shots?
Because
when
they're not
killing people?
doctors.
Oh.
So
I
the
just
girls
did
aren't-
a whole-
They're not doing any research, figuring out. It's just like I want my
No,
butt done.
they
Let me
see
just get the
because
shot up.
big celebrities have gone to the same hotel rooms as me.
Jeez.
Really big
Wow.
celebrities. So they're not saying anything, but you see people's butts start to fall, and people's butts now are starting to look awkward
Right.
and things like that. It's inevitable. Like, you have to take care of it. So now I just about 2 months ago, they started to take it out. I did my first MRI. I had
Okay.
to do the second one today because they need to see what's left in me because it's still a lot in me.
Did you film that on
No,
Nah.
or did I see it
kinda-
on the internet somewhere
Nah.
that you were getting a butt reduction?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
Dr. Oz because the doctor
Right,
was
right.
talking
That's
about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna air thinking about a week, but he was just talking about how many girls. Y'all need to see my DMs. It's so many girls begging me. You know how much money it costs to take it out? Like
Wow.
$20,000.
Which is less
So
than it takes.
yeah,
to put it
you
in.
go put it in you. You know, if you just use like not one of the best street doctors, a regular one, it's like $2,500.
Are they making you sign a waiver saying that if it goes bad,
No,
you can't sue him?
it's street shit.
So you can't go see the guy and like do like.
Quick, no. It's nothing. I could go after him, but I'm still not no snitch. That's some shit that I
Right,
did.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
it
And
was
I
your
shouldn't
choice,
have
right.
did it. So I'm not gonna go do that. I don't know if other artists will, but now I have to go back after this MRI, and this time they're literally going to cut out my tissue, like completely cut out my tissue and have to do reconstructive surgery. And they were saying even back to then, they feel like that's what's been making me sick and having to take Percocet, having to take it
Right.
so my body won't ache. So you get so used to being on Percocet to function. You know what I'm saying? That you in pain. So
if K Michelle could say something right now to a girl, because right now we see how popular it is, not just with strippers and dancers, but with the everyday girl now.
Everyday
I
girl.
want my butt looking like the girl on Instagram. If you could
No.
say something to that young girl right now that's headed there today to get her
No.
butt done, what would you say?
No, it's not worth it. Like it's one of the worst mistakes I've ever made, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth any vanity or how you want to look. Like, I wish so bad. I wish I had known about fat transfer. You know, that
Right,
just
right.
started.
Right.
You know, your own body fat. You know, but we want these things so quickly. We don't want to work out. We want everything
Instant
microwave.
gratification.
Right.
But for me, I'm making a lot of money. I can't even enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Can't lay on my hip. Can't lay on my sides. Can't sleep. Back hurt. Barely walk. It's not worth it.
Oh, K Michelle, you just I think you've touched so many people. Not just speaking about why you missed the incident, but just inspiring somebody not to go down the path you want. And a lot of times, you know, I'm not this religious person, but God doesn't make any mistakes. Every time he puts you through something, it's a learning
Exactly.
experience, either for yourself or to teach somebody else. So you can imagine how many fans you have. And I know how many fans you have that look up to you.
Yeah.
And now a lot of them will probably, I want to look just like K Michelle, and I want to look just like this celebrity. They don't know the circumstances
No,
and things
at
that happen
all.
after this. So I'm so glad you you touched on that. I pray everything works out for you. This is bigger than radio for me and you. I've known you when you first came out. I remember
Yeah.
this is a real life interview. Like, I remember interviewing her maybe 10 plus years ago at one of the old stations. And before the interview, she said, "Quick, I need something to drink." We got in the car and she's like, "Yo," I said, "You want to go somewhere private?" I said, "Nigga, take me to 7-Eleven or something."
Right.
Like she just always, and she's always been that type of person. Like,
Absolutely.
it's never been on some ego celebrity. I'm K
I will
Michelle,
tell
don't
you
speak
this.
to me
I will
stuff.
tell you this. When I was on tour for Wale, we had a
Oh,
show.
I love him.
We had a show at a university. K. Michelle went on before us. And after she performed, she went in the crowd and hugged almost every person in the crowd. I was looking, and this was like fresh
Because
love and hip hop.
in your mind, this is K Michelle.
Right.
No,
Which
I
she
just-
was K. Michelle.
Right.
You're still
That's
who
what
you
I'm saying.
are.
I still
But to
do
go,
that.
I've been, DJing for 7 years. You see so many people perform off stage in the back, chilling, leave. She went and hugged every single female, and I tapped G. I said, "That's how you win right there." And he wasn't even doing it to gain any fans. It was, "I love you for coming to support." You could see that. You know, I think you might have had one security guard with you, if you did.
Right.
And you walked around and hugged everybody. So when I heard you didn't come, I said, like, quick, that can't be her. I seen her
No.
hug 3,000
you know,
people.
I still to this day, even if you go on my
Got
page,
right off stage.
even if you go to my page now, every show on this tour, I get off the stage. Everybody can't afford meet and greets.
Right,
I
absolutely.
get off the stage. I talk to them. I know a lot of them by face. They've been around me for years.
Right.
Like, that's just all I've had. I had a mixtape, and then that mixtape, the people are the people who've had my back. I haven't been an industry artist. I've never
Right.
had
That's
the
a fact.
industry to stamp me, ever. I've only had them. So it's the people don't understand. Like, when people look up to you, you can ruin their whole shit by you having a bad day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they could think you so great and then you having a bad day, and we all have them, but you can't put that on them.
Yeah.
Because what happens is everything that they've been looking up to is crushed.
Yep.
Right.
And it's
That
so,
one
because I've
incident.
had an artist, I love this artist, and I met her, and she was so, like, drunk to the point, it wasn't like I'm drinking, it was like and I could smell the liquor, like,
Right,
coming out of
right.
her, and it was at the Soul Train Awards, and that was I loved her, and I just looked, and I haven't been right since.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
don't want anybody to look at me like, damn, I hate her, I loved her.
Quick, that's a fan vitamin.
Now, you ain't never lied, man.
a
If you're
fair
just tuning into the fam on KYS, of course, we're talking to K Michelle. And let's switch gears, of course. Loving Hip Hop Hollywood.
Yeah.
You back on TV, boo?
You know what?
Like,
Getting that tan out there in Hollywood.
I am so good. I'm so good, like, at roasting.
right.
And people get so mad. Like, when I was in high school, that's what we did. We really played the dozens.
That's
like,
that
at
Memphis.
school.
That's that Memphis coming
like,
up out
we
you.
be like, yeah, face ass. That's what we do.
Right.
So I just be like a comedian checking. We call it checking.
Right.
And they get so angry or whatever. And to me, it's really funny.
Right.
So I always say loving hip hop like being a drug dealer.
Right.
Like,
Break that down when you
you
say
don't
that.
need
Break
to
that
be
down.
doing it,
Right.
but it's a whole lot of quick money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I'm in it for the check and the drama. Get the bag. Send me the
Like,
bag.
you know what you there for, you
Right.
know, and for me, I always fight for my real story
Right.
within
Right.
there. I know how to balance it. I know what this is. I
Right.
know what ratings are, but I also know as a businesswoman, I know I have a restaurant now, or I know this, or I know that I have people watching for certain things from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I
You
think
gain
once
new
you
fans
realize,
every
Right.
different
yeah,
series, should I say? You gain new
yeah,
fans.
Right,
and
right.
I think you have to realize what you're doing, like what you're trying to portray to the people. I know what the network needs,
I need
but
clickbait.
I also know
I need drama.
but
Well, now
I
I'm-
also know what the people I'm talking to
What your
need
rebels
too.
need.
You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So I try to do both.
Now I saw you got into a little Twitter beef. What is it? A1 and whatever the other girl name is. Is that real? Or is that just for the show?
Well, we don't get along, no.
Why? Why not? What they do to you? I know
I
they did
can't
something.
you know, I just end it. I don't go and whatever.
I don't start it, I finish it.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's I can't talk about that,
Why? 'Cause
but
it's gonna be on the show.
I don't just fake beef.
No.
I don't.
So if you see K Michelle,
If I have a
on the
beef,
streets,
I have
A1,
a
just
beef.
know you
I'm
gonna
not
get
really
knocked out.
fake beefing. And
Right.
then, and I was tweeting. It was so funny. I was really on tour, like in tears, laughing. So they got in their feelings, but I thought it was funny.
So it is what it is. You'll see the rest of that on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood,
Yes.
I'm sure. K Michelle, now what's up with
Only
the
you got that out of me because I've been
I
saying,
had
I
to.
don't know if
I
I'm
had
doing it.
to.
You just
You
walked
know
me
why?
right on into
Because
that
this
you
me.
my friend.
I'm not
See
one
how
of
he said,
like,
let's
I'm
turn-
not one of
turn
these
and
guys.
He
turn.
walked me right into that.
This
Yeah.
my boo right here. I love me some
love
K
her so
Michelle.
much.
That's my so of course
I
music.
love you too.
So besides TV, what's next for K Michelle music wise? What do you have coming up?
I have my drink,
Of course.
my Jack Daniels drink. It's
Congrats
in
on
like
that.
14,000 stores
Congrats on
now.
that.
Where's
You
that?
ain't bring none.
I'll send y'all I'll send y'all a bunch of cases.
She will. She ain't
Please
lying.
send us some.
Restaurant.
I have my restaurant.
Where's
It's
your
been open a
restaurant
year.
located?
Atlanta. It's
Okay.
called Puff and Pedals. I just bought my second one.
Congratulations. Come on, she
That
getting
Love and
that
Hip Hop
bag.
money
She
putting
getting
that
that
thing
bag.
to you.
Yeah.
Just buying bags, you buying the bag.
Yep, she's
No,
smart.
I'm about to do my third one. That one will open in March, and then I'll do my third one. I just love food.
We all
Like
do.
I'm a big foodie and drinks and all of that. So working with Jack, I'm just trying to get my like my Southern Peach Cobbler in the grocery stores and
Very
all of that
nice.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm really into cooking and
So
stuff
you
like
having your
that.
second location in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, because my
Okay.
other one was small, and then we were on a 2-hour wait. Now we have reservations, and they're like booked up for months.
We're gonna talk. We got to get a collab.
Uh-huh.
I
Let me
gotta
go ahead
bring
and-
something to
Let
the
me get the
DMV.
manager's number because I ain't trying to wait.
No, you
hear me?
can.
If I
You
need to get
can.
the cut line, I'll pay.
she make
Or
sure.
whatever. When y'all go, I always do that. Just let me know, and then I'll set up. Call Steven or you text me, and I'll set it
Gotcha.
up. It's
Now, of
fine.
course, K Michelle, music, TV,
Music, liquor,
restaurants,
TV,
liquor.
restaurant.
The question everybody else gonna ask them: Who you dating right now? You, I mean, what's
same
going on?
guy.
Same guy. You with the same guy? You ain't left him yet?
We've been knowing each other for
joking.
19
I'm
years.
joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Oh, wait.
I'm joking.
Boom, boom, boom. That's
my-
the bus. That's
We've
the
been
bus.
together for like we've been friends for 19 years.
Right.
Wow.
So we've been together. I went through IVF last year, so
Mm-hmm.
we have 2 embryos in the freezer.
Very
I have
nice.
one more set of IVF, and I'll decide if I'm going to carry. We filed a surrogate and all that, but I haven't been well, so my doctor's like, it will be hell for you carrying twins until
Right.
we figure out
Figure out you.
if you're completely healed, what's
Right.
making you sick. Let's get this out of you,
Mm-hmm.
and then because he told me, he said you can't carry here and here.
Right.
So
Not
what
gonna
are we
happen.
gonna
Your
do?
feet gonna hurt. A lot.
Yeah, no
A lot.
knees. Like my knees been like excruciating in pain.
We need you to be able to perform.
So,
we need them knees.
I'm hoping this is like the conclusion. Like today, we'll see
Mm-hmm.
what's left there, and then after that, I'll be able to.
Hey, round of applause, DC, Maryland, Virginia, for K Michelle. I'm so glad you're officially back at KYS. The
Yes.
whole
Thank
the
you.
whole ban has been lifted. We can now play her music
Yes.
on KYS.
Yes.
She's now
Thank
welcome
you.
back to 93.9
J1.
and all of Urban One.
Man,
Shout out to J1.
J1.
Ah,
So
Thank you.
you're official, but like I said, if you can leave in closing, just for any of your supporters and fans, just some words of encouragement. I do a thing called the Fan Vitamin, how I end the show, where I just try to encourage people some way, not just spiritually, but anything. If you can say something to a fan of yours, what exactly would K Michelle say to inspire them?
I would just say, just like keep fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say, If you take anything from me, I make huge mistakes. So that's enough. Like I do it, you don't have to.
Yeah.
As far as self-image and body image, I would just say that if you have to adjust yourself for a certain type of love, that isn't the type of love that you require. Because I went and pumped myself up, and I ended up being with the guy who loved me before I had ass shots and breasts and everything.
Right.
And I would just say, don't look at Instagram to live your life.
Say that-
Don't
can
look
you
up
say
to
that
these
part again,
celebrities to
please?
live your life, because they more fucked up than even you know.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think the grass is greener, because it definitely is not.
Hey, K. Michelle, we ain't got to say no more. You officially welcome back to the family. You ain't never left the
Thank you.
family. Of course, you're
Anytime.
officially here.
Thank
Anytime
you.
you want to come.
You had my back. Even through that, you did not switch up. When we did
We still
Bliss, you
talk.
still was supportive.
All
We
that.
still talk.
Yep.
And I have to thank you for that, because I remember who had my back.
Hey, K. Michelle, I got you, and this is not going to stop with us. I tell you this every time I
Thank
see you.
you.
This is bigger than radio for us. So if you need me for something, I'm going to text away. You ain't got to go through nobody. Hit me directly, and it's a done deal.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the fam. K. Michelle, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank y'all.